For birds and all our woodland wildlife, this is nature's answer to a city, and a tree is a single tower block. If you look up there, is where birds nest and roost just as we do in our apartments. It gives them shelter. It's where they eat just as we have our shops. And incredibly, a single tree can host 250 different species of plants and animals. But with all the problems we have in our woodlands, they face a housing shortage, and we need to do everything we can to provide them with places to live. Our wildlife gardening man, Mike Dilger, has been with a group of school children who are doing just that.
One place that's transformed its grounds into a wildlife haven is Warren Park Primary School in Hampshire. This school used to be situated in 7 acres of playing field, and whilst they've kept the football pitch, the rest has been converted into an amazing woodland. And believe me, if one tree represents a tower block, then a whole forest is a bustling city. Every year, the school is extending this wooden metropolis with native trees. And sure enough, the animals are moving in and taking up residence.
We have actually had lizards here before.
Oh, really?
We've had like a fox and a snake that came over.
A snake?
Adder. Adder.
Adder! You can create places for birds to nest in your garden with plants like hawthorn, blackthorn and holly. And an even quicker way to provide a home is to put up a bird box. Hey, look at these! Fantastic! Any idea what kind of birds might be in those boxes?
Blue tits, great tits, wrens. There's quite a few birds that might be able to go in there.
Very good, particularly blue tits and great tits. And if you look at the top there, the holes have been widened, and that means a greater spotted woodpecker has been trying to make a home in there.
I have seen a woodpecker, actually.
What colour was that woodpecker?
Kind of had a red head.
That's probably a young great spotted woodpecker, and that's the one that's going drumming into the trees this time of year. Wildlife will very quickly find a new home, and for kids, having animals living close by is a fantastic learning experience. Working with the children in this outdoor classroom is teacher Les Terry.
It's to get that initial love of nature, love of being outside, not playing on the computer games day in, day out. They're using their senses all the time, and it sharpens them.
There's only such that we can learn inside the classroom, but outside the classroom we can learn a whole lot more.
This woodland also provides homes for nocturnal wildlife, and I want to try and capture what comes out at night. We set up motion-sensitive camera traps to film which animals are active once the kids have gone home. We managed to film a very, very rare mammal. Do you want to see it? Can we have the first clip, Les? Who's that? Lovely. Shall we see what else we've got? I want you to shout out when you know what this animal is.
Squirrel!
A squirrel. What's this? Look. It's like a wolf. Fox. Absolutely. It's a fox that's eating out in your woodland. But let's face it, few of us can transform half our garden into a woodland. 7 or 8 years, okay? Yet there is a way to massively increase vital wildlife housing, even in the smallest space, and that's to build a bug hotel. So what we've got there at the moment is an empty hotel, and nothing's going to really live in there, is it? See, all this jumble of stuff, we're going to turn that into the furnishings for the bugs. Everyone ready to start doing some sawing, some chopping, some drilling?
Yeah!
Come on, let's do it! Invertebrates love small, dark spaces. The more you can create in your garden, with whatever you have to hand, the more will move in. Guys, you are creating the most enormous pile of spaghetti. So any idea what might live in here?
Do you think maybe spiders might get some eggs inside?
And they might do their web inside as well.
Absolutely, this is a perfect place for a spider to actually produce its web inside, yes.
Centipedes and millipedes?
Centipedes and millipedes will love it in here. So yeah, lots and lots of animals. Keep soaring, all right? Invertebrates are at the bottom of the food chain, so more bugs will bring in the bigger creatures. But they're also the maintenance crew for the garden plants. Solitary bees, for example, are brilliant pollinators. Bamboo is the most amazing stuff because it's hollow inside, and that's where the creatures are going to live. Particularly mason bees, which are amazing creatures. And they like it really sunny, so all these will be facing out, south-facing, so the whole of the front of the bug hotel get lots of sun, and that means that all the larvae inside will be nice and warm and mature. In spring, they'll pop out one after the next. In it goes. 1, 2. Push, push, push. Brilliant. If you don't have bamboo to hand, drilling holes in wood also makes a perfect home for those solitary bees. And rolled-up cardboard becomes a home for lacewings that love to eat the aphids attacking your garden plants. Do you know what? If I was a lacewing, that would be the perfect home for me. That's 10 out of 10. Well done. Keep the insect houses dry with any plastic tubes or piping. Our grand 4-storey bug hotel is really taking shape.
I found a spider.
You have indeed. You can see on his head end, he's got 2 little tiny things we call pedipalps, and they look like 2 little legs, like boxing gloves on the end, and that means he's got those little boxing gloves. He's a male, so you've got a little tiny male spider. And I think we should save this for the first resident in our bug hotel and release it when it's finished. What do you say?
Yeah.
Rotting wood for the beetles is one of the most important ingredients in our hotel. Brilliant. Look at that for a big twig. If you don't have space for such high-rise accommodation in your garden, a pile of leaves and rotting branches in a dark corner will work just as well. Keep going, guys. Keep filling up. Increasing the amount of housing for wildlife really can be done in any outdoor space. Right. We need one more thing. We need some turf to put on the top because we need to make sure it's nice and dry inside for all the creepy crawlies. There we go. You got that? Good. Right then, go on you go. Roll out. That looks brilliant. That is the most amazing bug hotel I've ever seen. That's going to be the home for thousands of woodlice, bumblebees and beetles and worms and dirty hands. And we're not forgetting to set free Siobhan Spider, our first hotel resident, who moves in straight away. Is this bug hotel okay? Or is it good? Or is it brilliant? Get in there!
If you want to make a home in your garden for birds, bees and beetles, Mike has more advice on our website, along with tips on how you can help bring back Britain's endangered creatures and what's happening where you live in the BBC Summer of Wildlife.